All things in nature take up different forms, right? A shrub is just a smaller version of a tree. A square is a very special case of a rectangle, right? Similarly, this tree data structure can also take up several different forms. A binary tree is one of them. To put everything in a nutshell, a binary tree is a very simplified version of the tree data structure. The most important property is that each node can have a maximum of two child nodes. We will be looking at some different binary trees today. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, a place where we explore technology and make programming fun and easy to learn. Today, I want to simplify and introduce you to binary trees. What are the different types and how do they look? We will go over each of them and represent them with diagrams. You might be wondering, do I really need to understand all of this theory? Trust me, this really helps to simplify things a lot when we solve more and more larger problems. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let us learn about binary trees. But before learning ahead, what does the word binary mean? Binary means two, right? And just as I said a couple of minutes earlier, in a binary tree, the most important thing is that each node can have a maximum of two child nodes. So how does this binary tree look different from a general tree data structure? Let us take an example of a general tree and how does it look. In this tree, you can see that you have a lot of nodes and they are connected by all of these edges, right? Now try to look at some of the nodes. For example, when I look at node number 7, it has three child nodes, right? 5, 4 and 6. If you look at node number 6, it has only two child nodes, 8 and 9. If you look at node number 8, it has four child nodes, 10, 11, 12 and 13, right? So in this tree, each node has different child nodes and it is not following any constant property. A binary tree is very special. Every node can have a maximum of two child nodes. What does this mean? Let us say I construct a node, right? And I assign two child nodes. Now, let us say I assign two more nodes to one of my child node. So far, this tree is following all the properties of a binary tree. That is because each node has a maximum of two child nodes, right? As soon as you add a third child node, for example, I add a third child node to my root node. This violates the property of a binary tree and it is no longer a binary tree. To make this a binary tree again, what you need to do is you need to remove the extra node that you added. And now this tree is again a binary tree. Now, what if we want to go back to our original example and make this tree a binary tree? You know that each node can have a maximum of two child nodes, right? So we can start going over all of these nodes one by one. Let us look at node number 7. This node has three child nodes, 5, 4 and 6, right? Let us try to remove this node number 4. So now node number 7 is following the property of a binary tree. But we are not done yet. We need to look at all the other nodes as well. If you look at node number 5, again this has three child nodes. And to make it a binary tree, let us get rid of one of the nodes. So far so good. Node number 6 has two child nodes, so we are good over there. Node number 9 does not have any child node, and that is also fine. If you look at node number 8, it has four child nodes, right? And binary tree only allows you two child nodes. So to make this a binary tree, you need to remove any of the two nodes. Let us say I remove these nodes 11 and 12. Now, if you look at this tree, each node has a maximum of only two child nodes. And this is how you define a binary tree. So based on this idea, you can have several different types of binary trees. Let us look at some of its types. First of all, you have the full binary tree. A full binary tree is a special case of a binary tree where each of the nodes either has zero child nodes or it has both the two child nodes. Let us take up one example. I have this tree in front of me. First of all, let us see if it's a binary tree in fact. So node number 1 has a maximum of two children, 4 has a maximum of two children, 2 has a maximum of two children. So yeah, this is a binary tree. But is it a full binary tree? To ensure that, we will look at the number of child nodes for each of the node. So root has a total of two child nodes. Node number 4 has two child nodes. Node number 3 has zero child nodes. Node number 2 has two child nodes. then 0, then 0, and then again 0. So now, if you look at all of these nodes, you can see that either it has two child nodes or it has zero child nodes. And this is the property of a full binary tree. Let us look at one more example that does not satisfy this criteria. I have this tree in front of me, and let us try to find out the child nodes of all the nodes. Node number 1 has two child nodes. Node number 2 has one child node. Node number 4 has 0, then 2, then 0, and then again 0. As you can see, in this tree, node number 2 does not fulfill the criteria of a full binary tree. It has only one child node, and hence this tree is not a full binary tree. Now, keep in mind that it does not matter what is the length or what is the height of a binary tree. For example, I have this binary tree in front of me, and I know this is very small, but if you look at it, the root node has two child nodes, and both the child node each have zero child nodes, and it is satisfying the criteria of a full binary tree. So you can say that this in fact is a full binary tree. Going forward, you have the concept of a perfect binary tree. A perfect binary tree is a special case of a full binary tree where each of the nodes have exactly two child nodes and all of the child nodes are at the same level. So let us take up one example. As you can see in this case, the root node has two child nodes, right? And both of these child nodes have two child nodes in turn. Going a step further, if you look at the level of the child nodes, they are all at the same level, right? So this is the condition of a perfect binary tree. Now let us take up one example where the tree qualifies as a full binary tree, but it does not come under a perfect binary tree. So in this example, you can see that node number 2 has two child nodes, node number 1 has two child nodes, 3 have two child nodes, and both the nodes 4 and 5 also have two child nodes. So you are satisfying all the conditions of a full binary tree, right? But now try to look at all the levels of the nodes in the tree. You have level 1, then level 2, then level 3, and then level 4, right? If you can see, node number 10 and 11 are at a different level, and nodes 6, 7, and 8, 9 are at a different level. The definition of a perfect binary tree means that all of the child nodes should be at the same level. So you can easily say that this tree is not a perfect binary tree. These were the examples when a node had either zero child nodes or it had all the two child nodes, right? You also have trees where each node has only one child node. And these kind of trees are known as degenerate trees. I'll show you one example. So as you can see in this example, the root node has only one child node, right? It has the left child node 2. The node number 2 has only one child node and that is 3. Node number 3 also has just one child node and that is 4. So this tree is known as a degenerate tree. Do note that there is no condition that the child node should be only in the left direction or in the right direction. For example, in these two trees, you can see that all the child nodes are going in the left direction. And in the second example, all the trees are going in the right direction. The only condition for a degenerate tree is that all the nodes should only have either a left child or a right child. Going forward with this idea, you also have the concept of skewed trees. So the term skew means going in a particular direction. For example, when I look at this tree in front of me, you can see that following the root, all the nodes are just going in the left direction, right? So we call this tree to be left skewed. Similarly, you can have a tree that is right skewed as well. In this case, all the nodes would have only a right child. Now, note that it is not necessary that in a skewed tree that all of your nodes will be in the right or all of the nodes will be in the left. The only condition for a skewed tree is that your tree should be dominant in one of the directions. For example, when I look at my last case, in this tree, I can see that root has a right node, then again you go to right, then you go to right, and then you go to right. But if you look at this node in middle, it also has a left child, right? But still, this tree would be qualified as a skewed tree because dominantly you are going in the right direction with this tree. And you can say that this is a right skewed tree, or this tree is leaning towards the right direction. I hope I was able to simplify the binary tree data structure for you. As per my final thoughts, take a moment to think, how did we derive a binary tree from a general tree? What was the incentive behind it? Why did we have to do it? Try to think like a computer programmer. When you're writing code and logic, you want that the underlying structure should be logical, right? A binary tree helps you to do that because each of the node has two branches, right? A left child and a right child. Do you remember the binary search algorithm? At every moment, we take a decision, right? Either we have to search in the left part or in the right part. Similarly, in a binary tree, every time you're searching through the tree and you reach a node, you find two decisions. Either you can look in the left part of the tree or you can look in the right part of the tree. You will understand more when you start to write some code. As of now, what other terms have you heard when you are dealing with binary trees? What other problems have you come across? Did I miss out anything? Tell me everything in the comment section below and I would love to discuss all of them with you. You would be also glad to know that a text-based explanation to this content is available on the website studyalgorithms.com, a pretty handy website to help you out with your programming needs. I am including a link in the description below in case you want to check it out. As a reminder, if you found this video helpful, please do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This motivates me to make more and more such videos where I can simplify programming for you. We have a lot more videos on trees coming up, so stay tuned.